Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I am Asha Velez and it is November 4th. Hold on. It is November 4th, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm just so happy it is the day after election day because Lord knows was I sick of it all. Sick of it all. I am so happy it's over. My family and I can probably go back to being a family again instead of like a political debate group. Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to actually open up a community garden because I realized that last week when I told you guys that you could have free land, I didn't actually take you step by step through the process. So what I'm going to do today is show you the actual website. I'm going to show you the other websites that they basically give you as a tool to find land, and then I'm going to show you the registration and the license application for getting free land, and I'm going to take you on a little tour of the properties that are currently still available so you can stop right there and stop thinking that this is not something you can do because maybe there is nothing left. There is plenty left. So again, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to open your own community garden in New York City by taking you through the steps that are required to get it done. So if you find this entertaining, or if you want to continue following my journey of becoming more environmentally friendly and learning about how to just work with Earth a little bit more, subscribe to my channel and make sure that you like it and share it. You should also hit the bell and make sure that you hit all so that you can know when I am up and running. I have no actual schedule for recording and editing and making these videos. I do try to do them once a week, but I have not picked a day of the week yet. So without further ado, yeah, let me just get my sweater on. The first one I'm going to take you to is in a thriving, bustling, busy area of Regal Park, Queens. It is a huge piece of land. And then the other one I'm going to take you to is in Howard Beach, or it's in Hamilton Beach next to Howard Beach. And I'm going to show you what that one looks like. There are actually a few plots over there that you could use for a community garden. And again, this is free land and it's under a program called GreenThumb. So I'm going to link everything below. I'm going to link the GreenThumb website because you can't just like Google it, because if you Google it, you'll get a bunch of GreenThumb websites that are not the actual website, because GreenThumb is actually a subsidiary of the New York City Parks Department. So it's kind of like the URL is different than what you expect it to be. So stay tuned as I take you on this little tour. We're going to get ready to get in the car and we're going to go for a ride. I don't want to talk for this whole entire video. Just stay with me, and when we get there, I will turn the camera back on. Okay? All right. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Hamilton Beach. We're almost there. Okay, so this place is right next to the casino. So if you like to gamble, you'll be 5 minutes away from the casino, because you're gonna need to save money if you like to gamble, because you're gonna lose. But anyway, here we go. All right, so wait, let's see. I don't know, maybe it's about like 2,000 square feet. This is one lot that is still available for you to take over. I just wanted to give you guys a little tour of what these plots look like. They come in all different shapes and sizes. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to drive back home and I'm going to screen share with you guys what the registration form looks like and where you can get all the knowledge and resources you need to grow food in your garden. There are grants that are available. My garden is personally applying for one now. We don't know if we'll get it. I mean, these gardens do require money, and GreenThumb does give you a lot of things, but they don't give you everything, especially if you have a project in mind, very specific. You will need to get funding from other places, or for that matter, not that you need, but you can get funding from other places. So I'm going to go back home, share my screen with you guys, show you what it's like to actually get this garden step by step. And I want you guys to learn so much from this. And if you have any questions in the future, please don't hesitate to ask. I want you guys to join me through this journey, because not only will I be growing food, but I will also be, well, let me put you down. Oh gosh, sorry, I'm like really bright. Oh gosh. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna go home because I'm very fluorescent and this light is not working for me. Stay tuned, okay? Yeah, so it's official. Biden is president. When I started this video, it was like the day after election day. And although I felt a little alleviated that the whole election process was over, I really wasn't, because we didn't know who the actual president was yet. But anyway, it's over. And now we know who the president is. And yeah, thank you for being so patient with me and realizing like it's definitely not the same day when I'm making the ending of this video. So yeah, let's get into the video. When you go to Google and you start looking for Green Thumb, the first one that pops up will be GreenThumb.org. That is not the one you're looking for. You're looking for GreenThumb NYC at 100 Gold Street, New York, New York. Now, once you go there, you're going to see that the URL is actually greenthumb.nycgovparks.org. Now, that is the website you want to go to. I promised you that I was going to show you how to basically start a garden. So let's start a garden. When you go to start a garden, they're going to give you the basic things that you need to do to start. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the fact that you're getting an entire plot of land for free is worth the 15 steps. Like, don't even play yourself. It's worth the 15 steps. So let's start with the first thing. It's contact GreenThumb. So you're probably like, okay, contact GreenThumb. How am I going to do that? You can fill out this sheet. I would not do that because, in my opinion, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. So I decided to go to the GreenThumb staffing list. And I basically emailed all the people that were within the Brooklyn and Queens area. After emailing about 6 of these people, I was able to get one person to contact me. The first thing that she told me was that I should go and volunteer at a garden. I finally found a few gardens that would let me in. Now, the next thing is to identify a vacant lot. When you click on urban agriculture, you end up at this website. Now, this website is New York City Data Open. Here it tells you the borough. So here's another really good thing about this is that there's a block and there's a lot number. Because I went to this website, which is a digital tax map, and I would type in, and I'll share all these links, especially if you live in New York. I will share all these links in the description below so you can see. But I basically went to this website, and I hit search, and I put in the block and the lot number, which, you know, just look at it. Block number says 6391. So the block number for 63rd Road was 6391. Then I got the lot number, and I went back to the site, and I punched in 24. When I hit find, it starts to scroll. I found it, right? So here is the block and lot. The other thing that you find out is how big it is, who owns it, and it tells you how big it is in terms of square feet. It's 4,700 square feet. There's other information sometimes in here. This is very important too. The community board. Why is that important? Because you can get funding perhaps from the community boards. I don't know how to do that, but whatever. There's also the council district. So this property is in District 24, which is great. So if you know who the council man or woman is, you can contact them and tell them that you're going to be doing this. And let's go back to the process. It's kind of part of the process of opening up the garden. So finding available land, I showed you what that is. Then it says determine the ownership of the site. If you use this website that I showed you, they pretty much tell you who owns it. But if you contact the outreach coordinators, they will help you determine that. And sometimes it's much easier for them to know than it is for you to know. The next thing is get permission. So if you're lucky and it's already owned by GreenThumb or already taken care of by GreenThumb, permission is going to once again come from that coordinator that you are already speaking to, because that is the first step. Speak to the coordinator. Then it's build a community for your garden. Now, in some cases, you already have a community. You have a group of people who want to open a garden. And GreenThumb says that the minimum you have to get this kind of off the ground is 10. I'm not going to read this to you guys. You can read it. I am going to put it in the description. The next thing is draft a proposal. Yes, you do have to draft a proposal, but ours was kind of verbal, and then it became a draft as we spoke more with the with the outreach coordinator. The next one is seek support for the project. So what does this mean? Support for the project is, again, reaching out to the community board, reaching out to the council people, letting them know that you want to open up this garden. And this is just so that GreenThumb knows that the effort you're making is going to be for the community. With our outreach coordinator, she did see a lot of this effort coming from us initially. So I guess that's why it was a little bit easier. There was no formal introduction on our part to write a big long letter saying anything. We just got the help with our program coordinator. So get resources, gain access to water. This is not as hard as it seems. This website does explain how to do it. You do have to get a permit for water. It's not a very big fee, but or for that matter, I think that GreenThumb avoids the fee for you. But I haven't actually done it yet. We were given the key at the end of this season by GreenThumb because we are a new garden, and the season was almost over anyway, and these applications have to be in by a certain time so you can get access to the water pump. It is the most amazing looking metal key that opens up hydrants. Then it says healthy soil. We were fortunate enough to have a lot of soil there because it was a pre-existing garden that was closed for about 3 years. Find plants to grow. I haven't gotten to this part yet, but this basically, I would say, the next part of it is the application process. So I am going to leave this website and show you the license. So GreenThumb license. This is the GreenThumb license, and this is how it initially looks. Let me move it over a little bit. This is what it looks like. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pages long. And let me just explain something to you. Again, if you've ever opened a business or if you've ever signed a lease for an apartment, you know that a license, or well, in those cases, leases could be really long. Now, this is a license. Don't get it twisted. It's not a lease. This is a license, and it is going to ask you some basic information. And here is like the information about the block and the lot and the borough. And then it's going to give you some basic rules that you have to follow. And it's going to start asking you information about the primary contact, the secondary contact. And already, I'm hoping you don't feel overwhelmed because you can see it's not that complicated. Then you're going to go and there's some rules that you have to follow about the plants and about the trees, things you can and can't do in the garden, like you can't drink and smoke illegal drugs and substances. You can't have people living in there. And this is what you're basically agreeing to. Now, I'm not going to read this to you because that would be really boring. But I will say that you're not going to be able to get this from the website. And if you can, I'm not really sure. I didn't see it on the website. Your program coordinator will get this for you so you can see it in advance. And then you guys will sit down and have a meeting about how to fill this out. And then over here is where you and the primary contact will sign, or the primary contact and a secondary contact will sign. And then this gets sent with the other part, the registration forms, to in an envelope to an address that they designate and they give to you. Your program coordinator will give to you. So let's see, the other thing, that is that. Then the next thing you have to fill out is the registration form. Once again, let's move this over. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages, people. It's 9 pages. The information is redundant. The name, the address, the borough, the block and lot, the days and times you will be open. One of the requirements GreenThumb has is that you are open 20 hours per week. There has to be some weekday times and some weekend times. They also want to know what your social media page is going to be, your primary and secondary contact information, and they want a list of the members because obviously they want to know that this community garden is being shared amongst the community. Let's see. Other parts of this will detail rules that you guys want to make. So what will your garden be for? What will their membership fee be? If people cannot pay, how will they give their time or their efforts into, I guess, nourishing the garden? If they don't have any money, you can't stop them from joining the garden because they don't have money. So there has to be another way for them to join. They're going to ask you, does the garden have any other fees? Sometimes there are plot fees involved. They're going to ask you the hours members can volunteer. They're going to ask you, what is the predominant use currently, and things that you have in the garden, like if you have any trees. Trees are very protected by the Parks Department. So if there are trees within your garden, the chance of them being taken down are slim to none. So they're going to ask you things about trees, chickens, beehives. Yes, they allow bees in gardens. There have to be a specific breed. There are a lot of breeds of there are more than just bumblebees and honeybees that exist in the world and in New York. So they're going to want to know all of these things. And then that is it. You fill this little thing out. You put both of them in a packet. You put this guy in a packet and you put this guy in a packet and you mail them to the designated address that they've given you. Let me stop that now. So that was it. I hope you guys found that interesting and simple, especially if you want to, sorry, I have a little bit of allergies, especially if you want to open up your own garden. If you don't want to open up your garden and you just want to volunteer, you can still go into the GreenThumb website and find gardens that already exist, and you can contact them through the website. But if you are interested in opening up your own garden, I just gave you the key to the city, or the key to the garden, so you can do it yourself. And if you just want to watch me and learn a little bit about gardening and all the wonderful things that we're going to be doing in the process, just
just remember to hit subscribe and like my channel, and also share it with everybody you know, because we are going to be creating a GoFundMe page. While GreenThumb supplies you with things like wood and seed and soil, they don't give you everything. And for us, we're planning on creating a butterfly garden that will be an enriching experience for everyone that comes to visit, so that they can learn about the entire ecosystem of butterflies, not just how they are born and then they turn into a pupa and then they turn into a butterfly. We want you to actually learn about the other insects that affect their lives and the other plants that they absolutely love to eat, and why you should probably be planting flowers on your lawn instead of grass. So please stay tuned. Again, check out the link below. I'm going to put the GoFundMe page down there. Our goal is $3,500, and you will see everything we're buying. We're also going to be updating you as we meet with landscape architects and all of the other talent that we have in our group. And I'm really excited about this, and I hope you guys are too. Again, hit subscribe and keep on following me. You guys have a great night, and next time I probably won't be so bummy. You guys have a great night. Ciao, bacalao.